Welcome to another quick review from Ultimate DIYer, and today we're going to take a look at this Milwaukee M18 Toolbox HEPA wet dry vac system. Boy, that's a tongue twister. There's an awful lot in that, but I'm going to tell you I've waited quite a while to get my hands on this unit. I've been looking at them and finally I got the go-ahead from the boss to pick it up, and so I did. So we're going to open this up. I have not opened it. The top of this is actually open, but I have not actually been inside of the unit. So we're going to do it together and see exactly what's in here. Now, I will tell you, one of the things I really like about it is that it's HEPA. So if I'm working in drywall, which I do an awful lot of, and there is dust and things in people's homes, I can use the bigger collector, hold it up underneath, and collect a lot of that. The HEPA will get a lot of that dust and particle out of their home. I hate putting dust in people's homes. So they have a version with the battery, without the battery. I do have my big battery right here that I'm going to try it out and get it out and see how it works. It's going to come with a crevice tool. It's going to come with a utility nozzle. Now, the utility nozzle is the one that I like to use to collect a lot of that dust. I'll turn it upside down. And by the way, Milwaukee makes another tool for this or any of their vac systems that will literally connect to the wall. So you could put it right under the wall and do your work and it will collect the dust. Awesome tool. I'll have to do a review on that one pretty quick as well. But on to this one. It comes with the HEPA filter already, and it's going to come with a hose. It says the hose is 6 feet long. And then, of course, it comes with the toolbox. It has a built-in blower port, which is kind of nice. Most of your wet dry vacs can function as a blower and a vac. You just reverse your hose line to the other side, and you can blow things off as well. So it's kind of a dual function, a great thing to have. Like I said, one of the reasons I like this is because it's compact like a toolbox. I can carry it around. If I have to go up into an attic, if I have to go anywhere where I'm going to need a vac, I can carry it very easily. The airflow is 45 CFM, filter type HEPA. This is a 1 1/4 system. This is going to be the smaller hose. The weight on this unit with empty is going to be 10 pounds, 0.3. They don't really give you the size of the motor on here. Now, I'm sure those stats are going to be in the actual description of the unit when you go to look at it. So let's open it up. We know the other side is open. I'm going to open from this side, see what's here. And there you go. I'm glad I opened this side because there is my instruction manual. Nice to always have. I try to keep those reading. One of the things is to make sure I get the correct filter. So if I'm replacing filters and bags, I already know what it is I need. So it should just slide right out of this box. Ah, there it is. Looks very nice. Box is now empty. So that was quick and easy. I would imagine all the other parts are going to be inside. So looking at it, it's great. I can see that it has a 3-latch system. We'll explore that in just a second. My hinges are back here. Actually, it has a 4th latch. So obviously the bottom unlatches and comes off. If you look at the top, you have a really good handle, actually very deep handle. And I have large hands that is pretty easy for me to hold on to. And my on and off switch right here, which is also a heavy duty switch. You can tell that simply by flipping it and looking at it. It's a nice quality switch. Now, one thing I do like that they're doing is they are labeling intake. So you've got intake, and I can almost guarantee you this is going to say the out. Let's see what it says. They call it blower, and it has a locking function on the hose. So I would imagine it's going to have a locking function because as it blows, it's going to try to push the hose off. So this side needs to lock, turn. Pretty cool. Because if you look over here, there is no locker on this one because it's suction, so it doesn't need a locking function. So let's open this up and see what we got from here. Let's go ahead and do the top ones first. See what that does. This may even be a little tool compartment. Ah, pretty nice, and that's actually exactly what this is. So I can tell you right off that my battery is going to go right here and slide in just like that and clip. My hose is stored inside here. Oh, there's no reason to worry about suction because this thing is attached here and it comes out that side. And this is a flex hose. Man, really nice hose, heavy duty. I like that. So I'm assuming to get that off, you're going to twist and pull up, which you do, and then you can lock it in over there. So your lock is, they do have one, it's just over here. Like I said, I haven't opened up this yet, guys, so I'm learning as you are. Has a compartment here for the bigger attachment. Say this was drywall and I'm sanding, I'm going to have this closed just like this. Both of them, obviously. Have this on with a battery, and I'm going to hold it here or have my helper hold it here while I sand and try to collect any debris. Now, you can get these much wider, too, to help catch it. So, back to the unboxing. So, we're looking here. There is your crevice tool. So, you have a spot for the bigger tool, which goes right here. Let me turn it. I'm going to turn it up to make sure you can see. So when you're looking at it, your battery goes in and out of this compartment right here. It's brand new, getting it to move. There it is. Boy, nice tight fit. It's going to be like that probably for the first little while you're using it. But that's a good thing. You really don't want the battery slamming around and moving around. But take the battery goes in right here, it clips, and you'll hear it clip just like that. Your hose is kind of wraps around and is stored right there. So pull the hose out. It'll go out here if you're going to be suctioning. If not, you're going to untwist it here and move it over to this side and use the locking mechanism and lock it into place. And then you have two attachments. This is going to be the larger one for catching debris or picking up larger debris off floors. And it just simply slides in just like that. And then this one, the crevice tool, just slides here. So everything is stored on board. So you would store it, move that back around just like that, close my lid. If you don't get that all the way over, there's two little teeth here just to show you right here. So make sure that it's not like that. It doesn't close. It has to be in there. Now this piece, which is your handle, can go in the middle. Close it. And you are now ready to rock and roll and move. All right, so another area, guys, this little unit, by the way, is really helpful is if you are a plumber or if you're a DIYer and you're working on your toilet system in your home. You can carry this little thing in. If you're a handyman and you're working on a toilet, carry this in, set it on the ground, and say you're fixing to go ahead and replace a fill valve. Well, when you do that, you've got a lot of water in the bottom of that. You're going to have a pail or something like that up underneath it to catch that water when you undo that nut and pull that fill valve out. So with this, what you do is you flush it, get the majority of the water out, make sure that your filter is not in the unit, the HEPA filter. Make sure you have no bag in here, anything like that. Just have it set up to collect water. Put your little hose down in the back. Battery powered, you don't even have to plug it in, and suck that water out in a matter of seconds. Now you can do the same thing with a bucket and stick it up under there, but it's messy, time consuming, just kind of painful. This is really quick, one and done, and you're out of there. All right, so back onto the unit. Now we've looked at everything at the top, we've looked around the outside, we've checked out the box. Let's take a look with the two large deals here, which are going to be down in the container. And let's see what we actually have. Now, one, we should have our HEPA filter setting in here. Whether it's attached or not, I'm not sure. We'll find out. So let's lift it up. There we go. And it is attached. There it is. And then the inside is just your collection port. So I don't know if they make an actual bag for this one yet or not. They may. That'll kind of go around it and collect it. Maybe you'd have to go, but it does not really look like it. It looks more like it is going to use just the HEPA filter. And if you are going to be sucking water in there, you're going to take it and pull it off and set it aside. And you have this little ball here, which once this thing gets full, I don't know if you see how this works. Well, it's almost like a toilet. So as water fills up in the tank, this little ball is going to raise up until it finally closes that off, and you cannot get any more water inside of the tank. So that's a really cool little mechanism. That's how that works. But you do not want this filter on if you're sucking water and stuff into here. These little filters, you're going to have to replace them, and probably would get expensive over time. And you want this to work well for dust and things, so water is going to run it. Put it on, though, if you are not sucking any water in. It's ready to rock and roll and fly. Take it now, put it back on. Make sure both of the handles are out. I'm going to do it this way so you can see. I lift them at the same time, put them, and boom, it is done. So we are good to go. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little dirt right here on the tabletop, and we're going to see how well it actually picks up. All right, guys, so we know we got a battery in. I put a little dirt here. We're going to try and see. We can try both attachments. So the first thing, obviously, I need to do is open the top real quick, pull this hose out, have it ready. Now I can actually pick up strip with that. I can use the crevice tool, and I can use the larger tool. So we're going to try them all and see how it works. I'm going to just go ahead and close it back in case I pick it up and move it. Now let's see how this is going to, and let's see how far. See how this stretches? It stretches a pretty good ways. Now let's see how long it takes to start moving it empty. Yeah, about right there. So you can get a pretty good distance on this thing. Let's turn it on. Got a lot of suction. I'm going to try with the tool. It picks up quick. Let's try crevice. Not bad. And now we're going to try this one. Wow. Great job. Very strong, works really quickly. Now let's try one other thing. I'm going to open it back up, and we're going to see how well it blows out the blow side and see if it's going to be strong enough to do much of anything. So we're going to untwist. So I'm going to tip this back again so you can kind of see. But I reach in and I untwist. There's a little lever here, kind of a wing, and you're going to pull it out. So this is what I mean about the wing. It's right here. That's what you're going to push against. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and lock this back so I can move it around. Turn it this way so you can see. And we're going to put it in here. Now I have to find, I believe it's going to be that way, maybe. There it is, actually locked already. Wow, that was very quick. Very simple to put it in. So now we're going to try it. And what I'll do, let's see. I will hold this up so you can see how much it blows the bag. Turn it on. Wow, it's a lot. See what it does goes inside of it. I mean, honestly, guys, that has much more blowing power than I expected, but I could see where that would be a huge benefit working in an area that you've just done a lot of demolition, like a small bathroom or something, and you're trying to blow things out of crevices and corners and vac it up. You can blow things in out of those areas and then vac with the other side. A really awesome little tool. So overall, I think this is a fantastic unit. If there is any one flaw that I can see at all on here, it is going to be that you have to use that hose. Now, I'm sure they probably have a replacement hose, but using a regular hose is not going to work. First of all, it turns at a 90 right down here. So if I'm looking at this, it's going to turn at a 90. So you're going to need this hose. Is that a drawback? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe they have these even a little longer, which gives you a little bit more flexibility. But as long as you can get another hose, I think you're great there. Now, the other flaw that I see that I don't particularly like, I wish that they had on here, is I do not see a place to plug this in anywhere. So it is going to be 100% battery powered. Now, can be a good thing because I can go places I can't go with without having power and running long cords. Bad thing is that means I have to rely 100% on a battery. So it's kind of a 50-50 thing on that. It depends on what you're going to use the unit for. Personally, I don't really see that as a problem for me because I have several vacs. If I'm going to need something plug-in power, it's going to generally be one of my large vacs where I'm cleaning up a huge area. This is more for the smaller areas and the things that it's hard to get a vac. If you've ever tried to get a large vac inside of a small bathroom to work, whether you're doing tile work in there or whether you're working on the toilet or anything in there, it can be extremely hard because there's no room to move. This I can move, set it over there, set it in a corner and not even realize it's there. So honestly, if I had to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, it would probably be between a 9 and a 10 because I think it's an awesome unit. I can't wait to actually really start using it. And I just think it's going to be a great addition to my tools. So there you go, guys. I hope this actually helps. Go ahead and pick yourself up one of these. Pick one or two up for family members, people who might need one. If you got a dad who does handyman stuff, you got a son who does handyman, you got a daughter who does handy woman stuff, go ahead and get them a vac. I don't think you'll regret it. I think they'll enjoy it. And I think it'll last them for a long time. So I hope this helps. We will see you guys on the next review.